Hey everyone, welcome to The Walking Dead episodes number 13 and 14 of season 9 coverage. So we're going to start out with obviously number 13 since that was first. The episode started out with Daryl and them pretty much back where the last episode 12 ended, where Daryl saved Henry and Lydia from the Whispers. Daryl still did not want Lydia to come with them. However, she does end up staying with them, and the Whispers still can't find them where they went to or whatever, but they are out looking for them. Meanwhile, at the kingdom, Jerry and a woman from the kingdom were mugged by some people or whatever. We don't know who they were, but one of them did steal Jerry's sword, and he told the kingdom about them. So the kingdom people are heading out to pretty much figure out a way to stop these people or whatever from the fair, or interfering with the fair or whatever. The Hilltop people are heading to the fair and heading to the kingdom for the fair. The kingdom people are trying to find the muggers and stop them for trying to stop the people from coming to the fair. The kingdom decides to try to talk to the muggers instead of right away killing them. But the people that they run into or whatever, the muggers, at first they weren't on board with that. So then Carol pretty much uses the power of when's the last time you see the movie, and that actually helped them out. And we went on to know that the muggers were known as the Highwaymen, and they actually ended up helping the Hilltop people after they were swarmed by a bunch of walkers or whatever, heading to the kingdom. They actually helped them out get to the kingdom. Walkers and Whispers approach the building that Daryl and them are hiding out in. And they enter the building, obviously, and the Whispers climb up to where Daryl and them are. Some Whispers are then taken out by Daryl and Connie, I believe that one girl is, as well as Henry and them. And then, in the process, Henry ends up getting hurt, but then Lydia, who was locked in the closet because of Daryl with Dog, ends up breaking out of the closet, and Dog and Lydia ends up killing up one of the Whispers or whatever, and to help out Henry. And then, meanwhile, this is going on, Daryl is getting in a fight with that one big guy from the Whispers known as Beta, which is Alpha's toughest in a sense. And he ends up knocking him down an elevator shaft, knocking Beta down an elevator shaft. He thought that Beta was dead or whatever. The kingdom has their fair. Carol, however, asks where Henry is to Tara, and she said he's not here yet. We thought that he would be meeting us here. And Daryl said back with Daryl and them, said that we will be heading to Alexandria because that's the closest. But then it shows Beta in the elevator shaft who wakes up. So it looks as if he did not die in the elevator shaft, but he's definitely wounded, I guess. But that was the end of episode number 13. Let's get into tonight's episode. So in tonight's episode, we start out with Michonne and them in like a ocean type of thing. Michonne is pregnant at the time, so obviously this is meant to be a flashback. And during this flashback, it will pretty much come in and out throughout this whole episode. But anyways, the flashback shows them Michonne looking for Rick's body or whatever. And Daryl said he's not here. And then they head back to Alexandria, where a woman comes in named Jocelyn, who Michonne apparently knows. Meanwhile, while this is all going on in present time, Michonne is pretty much struggling with Judith, understanding why she doesn't want to trust friends in a sense, and trust going out or whatever, and trust anybody else besides Alexandrian people. And then Daryl and them arrive, all that, pretty much. They get Henry stitched up or what all that. And then they were on their way. Henry and them were on their way not long after that. But then it goes back to the backstory, or the flashback. You see this Jocelyn girl and Michonne kind of getting closer, or whatever. And Jocelyn does reveal that she has kids or whatever. And Michonne and them find them and bring them all back to Alexandria. But then, in the backstory, it shows when Judith was supposed to be spending the night with them, she went missing or whatever, and then here, Jocelyn and them kidnapped her. Michonne and Daryl had to go out and find her. The kids and Jocelyn tried to kill Michonne, but then Michonne ends up killing Jocelyn and some of the kids because of the fact that they were trying to kill her and Judith and RJ, who was still in Michonne's stomach, obviously. But Michonne did say she did not want to do it because, I mean, she didn't want to do it, obviously, but she said she had to do with a mothery thing, in a sense. She does end up getting Judith back or whatever, and it kind of goes back into present time because her and Judith weren't always seeing eye to eye in present time recently because Judith has different morals than what Michonne has. And Michonne even goes to Negan and asks if he's seen her. He said, well, she's almost like you in a sense, which pretty much made Michonne mad. Michonne goes out looking for her. She does end up finding her and tells her the story of what happened in the backstory, pretty much, or the back flashbacks or whatever. And Judith remembers that, she does, and she tells her mom that. Michonne is surprised by that. They go back to Alexandria, where Michonne reveals and shows her Carl's grave, and says about that's why she didn't ever want, she has a hard time trusting people besides Alexandria people. And Judith kind of, in a sense, talks her into helping out her friends and the people she loves. So they end up heading to the hilltop, or through the kingdom or whatever, for the fair, where they run into Daryl and them, and they pick them up and they head to the fair at the kingdom. Meanwhile, heading into the kingdom, a couple people of Whispers see them and say, obviously Michonne didn't see them, but say that they need to tell Alpha, and that's where it ended. So this upcoming episode number 15, looks like it's going to be a good one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video for the Walking Dead coverage. And next Wednesday's video of the week will be Let's Make Celebrities in Sims episode number 2. This time I will be making celebrity actor Dylan O'Brien. You might know him from Teen Wolf or The Maze Runner, as well as some other TV shows or movies. So, with that said, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Peace.